Mole Katanga, female adult, aged 54 years, Emunyankole by tribe, business lady, resident of Mbuyachwa 2 Road. Nakawa Division, Kampala District. Telephone, brackets, 2 forgotten lines. 2 forgotten lines.
What did that mean?
As in to forget?
Her answer to what your telephone contacts are were that I have forgotten. I own 2 lines, but I have forgotten them. Those were the particulars availed, my lord.
So in response to your inquiries about what had happened to Henry Katanga, what did she tell you? What did she state?
My lord.
From the first paragraph, from stating, you request that you read a statement verbatim.
My lord, Mole Katanga had this to say. I am a born of Umbarara. Tubananuche Fenehans.
Also, she reading this whole statement or specifically what happened to the deceased?
My lord, I thought...
Do you need her to read from the entire statement?
My lord, I think we can go specific to... Since the statement is on record, we can now go specific to the events of what happened to Henry Katanga. Can I have it again? Let's begin from the second page. From I had consistently, I think.
Thank you, my lord. On page 2, she stated, I had been consistently in marriage with Henry Katanga. We had never had any separation. I hear that Henry Katanga died. And I learned from my lawyers that I have been charged with murder.
I learned from
my lawyers that I have been charged with murder. The lawyers who informed me are Elson Karhanga, Bruce Musimzi, and Kabegamba Krusman. I was charged, and I know that whomever charged me knows the details of how my husband died. Whoever charged me knows the details of how my husband died. and whether there exists a firearm at home or not. I guess the one who charged me should be able to answer all of those questions. I currently know that I'm in a hospital.
Questions? Currently, no?
That I'm in a hospital. I do not know how I go to the hospital.
I don't know. How?
I go to the hospital. I presume the hospital knows how I go to the hospital.
I presume.
I am injured, but I will not say how I sustained the injuries.
I am injured.
I am injured, but I will not say how I sustained the injuries.
Yes.
I will only say how I sustained the injuries in court. I will only say how I sustained the injuries in court. I have an injury on the head, on my head. I have an injury on my head. The little right finger, the right arm, and the left arm. My right little finger is amputated. I have skull is amputated. I have scar wounds on the right arm.
Scar wounds.
On the right arm and the left arm.
Yes.
At our home, we stayed 6 people. I, my husband Henry Katanga, youngest child Sima Mtumba, Mutamba, Sima Mutamba, apologies my lord, Shamba Boy George, Chief Nelson,
Shamba Boy George,
Chief Nelson, and my niece Kayenje Denise. Save for Georgia Nelson, the rest stayed in the main house. I and Henry shared the same bedroom.
shared
The same bedroom. On the night in issue, I and Henry Katanga spent the night together.
Spent the night
together.
Yes.
I don't know when I last saw him at night, that night. The rest of the information, we shall have it disclosed in court. The day before, I got home in the evening, but I cannot remember the time. I came back alone. I did not come back with any person. On the day that Henry died, on the day that Henry died, I did not call any person. I was equally never called. I wish to clearly state that whatever you must say in this matter shall be in court. That's all I can state. Statement read to me. Statement read back to me by my lawyer, Jeff Mwebaze, care of KAA Advocates. She countersigned.
After the name Sima, on page 1, on 2 places after the name Sima, on page 1 and on page 3, and on the name Nuche. How were these corrections made?
These corrections were made amidst reading back the statement to Mole Katanga.
So what exactly happened?
When Council Jet was reading back the statement to Mole Katanga, she noted that the name Unanuche had been miswritten as Munanuche.
Yes.
Whereas in her narrative, she had told me that Sima's other name was Katanga. When the state
told me
that Sima's other name was Katanga.
Madam, can you read the name of the other name of the child? Since it's in the statement.
just hold it.
We can protect the name of the child by saying, without mentioning it in court, as a statement. Because that is a juvenile and juvenile to be protected. You can say, while in the narrative, she had told me that her name was, it's written there and cancelled, isn't it? As had been earlier written. She then corrected it and that the name was cancelled and the right one was written.
Is that the position as the judge puts it?
Exactly the way my lord puts it. And that is the same position on page 3, where the same name was cancelled and another one put just above it. And a similar eraser on that same page of headquarters, boys' quarters followed her listening to her statement and realizing that we had made a mistake. She had made an earlier mistake of saying otherwise, which was corrected, and the right one put.
That was the boys' quarter?
She had stated,
Yes.
and I had written that save for George and Nelson, the rest stayed in the boys' quarters. So when the statement was read back, she realized that George and Nelson stayed in the main house. She corrected it and it was equally corrected. George and Nelson stayed in the boys' quarters and not in the main house. Yes, my lord.
That's it. My lord, that is all from this witness.
I find Rashida, would I be right to suggest that you're a senior CID officer?
Yes, my lord.
And by recording this statement, you partly participated in the investigation.
Yes, my lord.
Yes. And you know that as an investigating officer, make a statement, detail whatever you have done in the course of investigating a case.
Not necessarily.
Sorry?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. All right. So, did you make a statement in this case?
I did make, my lord.
Sorry?
I did make, my lord.
So, all the events before you get to the hospital, which you told her lordship, are from your head.
It is an account of what happened, my lord.
That from your head.
It is from my head, definitely. It is a memory of what transpired.
Is that what you do for all the cases you investigate? You don't make statements, you simply go and pour from your memory?
I make statements depending on my role, my lord.
Now, in this case, it is your evidence that you put questions to Madame Molly.
Yes, please.
She answered the questions you put to her.
She gave me answers to the questions I put to her.
Did she accept that she killed her husband?
No, she didn't answer that question with an answer of either yes or no.
She told you she did not know how she got to the hospital, correct? that she doesn't know how she got into the hospital.
She stated so.
She told you she had been injured.
She told me she had injuries.
She told you she had been injured. Is she not?
She told me she had injuries.
Can we have the statement? Can you go to page 3?
Yes, my lord.
Second line.
Yes, my lord.
She says, I am injured.
That is correct. She said I'm injured. She didn't tell me I was injured.
Why? She told you that she had an injury on the head, correct?
Correct, my lord.
In fact, when you saw her, she had a bandage on her head, correct?
She had a wrap on the head, my lord.
She told you she had injuries on the right finger.
No, my lord.
She told you she had that she had an injury on the head, correct?
Correct.
That she had an injury on the little right finger.
Correct, my lord.
She had an injury on the right arm.
Correct, my lord.
And the left arm.
Correct, my lord.
And that her little right little finger was amputated.
Correct, my lord.
You saw that finger which had been amputated, did you not?
It was bandaged.
Yes. She told you she had scar wounds on the right arm and the left arm, correct?
Correct, my lord.
Were both hands with bandages on?
Wherever there was a
Were
wound.
both hands with bandages on? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
The hands, the arm.
The arm.
The arm, sorry.
The hand. The arm. Yes, the arm, my lord.
It is your evidence that after you had reported the statement, Mr. Jet read it to her, right?
Correct, my lord.
It is also your evidence that after you had also read it to her, that Molly asked a council jet whether she had stated well. Did you say that?
Yes, please, I did.
Can you show where that appears in the statement?
It doesn't appear there.
You also say that council jet said to her that that is your statement.
Yes, my lord.
That does not appear in that statement.
It doesn't appear in this statement, my lord.
I want to suggest to you that that is your own concoction.
It isn't.
At the time you took this statement from her, you found her in a hospital bed.
Yes, my lord.
Did you jot down her physical condition as an investigating officer?
I'm not an investigating officer. My role was to write her statement.
Yeah, but you said you actually participated as an investigating officer when you recorded her statement.
She had been examined by an independent medical team which had verified her health. So my assignment was backed with the medical team's findings.
That is not what I was asking you. Did you observe her physical condition?
Yes, I did. I observed her physical condition.
Did you jot it down?
No, I didn't.
And finally, from the statement, she did not know how her husband died.
She did tell me that.
I learned from my lawyers that I have been charged with murder.
She told me that, my lord.
Not give you the impression she did not know how.
The question you're putting to me, counsel.
No, please, you are there to answer questions, Rashida.
The question.
Answer the question, or you say you can't answer it.
She neither gave me a yes or no answer to that question.
You never jot down the questions you put to her, did you?
I had a checklist
No.
of the questions,
Please,
but they aren't part of the statement.
Rashida,
Yes, my lord.
listen to the question.
Yes, please.
You did not jot down the questions which you put to her.
No, I didn't.
Thank you.
Atugambire nti yabaye nahabuza Mole, then Mole namugarukamu, then yatugamba ati kaguze kyokuyita ibawaye
atamwereze ansa yego rundi kwa yatugamba nti molaka mugamba nti takumanya engeri yayikire mu irwaro nti molaka mugamba akabaina ebiwuta then apeji ya kasatu alaini ya kabiri akamugamba aina ebiwuta nti yachora ya mugamba aina kiwuta amutwe then ya mugamba aina ne bandage amukono then atamugambe nti aina ekiwuta akara ko bulyo then akamugamba nti aina kiwuta akara kakusembayo amukono gwo bulyo nti aina ne kiwuta amukono gwo bulyo na mukono gwo bumoso nti akara kakusembayo ka mukono gwo bulyo kakaba kainawo bandage then yachora ya mugamba akabaina enkojo amikono yona yachora yatugamba nti bayamazire kumusomeramu a statement na kanso waye akachora yakisomamu then ikiatugambire gemole yagambire nti mbalize kurungi kyo atakiandike mu statement then yatugamba nti akasanga mole mu irwaro akitabu nti akamurora kurungi embeera yabairemu kyonka taina nali yakihandikire then nti atamugambire engeri ibawaye yafiire nti ekiyamugambire kikaba nti akawura ibawaye akafa nti kyonka tamwe ansa ekaba neyetaaga ego rundi kwa kandi ekyo taina nali yakiteire mu statement. Thank you.
If it pleases my Lord, for the record, Ellison Karuhanga. Fande Naziwa.
Naluzze, my Lord. Naluzze, my Lord.
Fande Naluzze. Forgive me, Fande Naluzze. Rashida.
Yes, my Lord.
It is your evidence that Mrs. Katanga recorded you recorded Mrs. Katanga's statement on the 10th of January 2024, right?
Yes, my Lord.
It's correct that you recorded it at 10 minutes past 5 p.m., right?
Yes, my Lord.
Prior to recording her statement, you were in the Nakawa Chief Magistrate's Court for a hearing of her case, right?
Prior?
Before you went to record her statement at hospital, did you first go to the Nakawa Chief Magistrate's Court where Mrs. Katanga's case had come up?
Prior when?
On the very day of the 10th of January.
No, my Lord.
Is it not true that you left Nakawa Chief Magistrate's Court with a Congo Bibiana to go to IHK?
No, my Lord.
Is it? But you are aware that in fact Mrs. Katanga had been charged with murder?
Yes, my Lord. At the time?
At the time you recorded her statement?
Yes, my Lord. I was aware, ma'am. My Lord.
And you're aware that she had been charged with murder, or you may not be aware, but I put it to you that she had been charged with murder on the 21st of November 2023.
I've learned of the date of charging.
But you are aware that sometime in November 2023, she was charged with the murder of Henry Katanga.
I'm aware now that you have informed me.
Okay. So, but at the time you are going to record her statement, you are also aware that she had been charged with murder.
At the time of recording her statement, I was aware that she had been charged, or charge sheet had been sanctioned against her.
And it had been presented in court.
I am not privy to that information.
So it is fair to say that before Mrs. Katanga was interviewed, she was charged.
Yes, my lord, in this particular case.
Now you claim that you had attempted to record her statement sometime in November 2023, right?
Yes, my lord.
And you don't have any statement of those events, right?
I don't have it, my lord.
You don't even have the date on which you attempted to allegedly record this statement, right?
I don't have it. I have no recollection of it, my lord.
You don't have the name of the hospital attendant that you found?
I have no recollection, my lord.
In fact, you have no record.
We are recording.
Much obliged. Much obliged. In fact, there's no record of you even attempting to visit or speak to Mrs. Katanga, right?
I beg your pardon, my lord.
There's no record before this court of your visit, your alleged visit in November 2023, right?
The record is there.
Is it in this court? Is it before this court?
No, my lord.
It was your evidence that Mrs. Katanga had been examined by a team of independent medical officers, right?
Yes, my lord.
They said, and I'm putting this to you, but this is what they said, that Mrs. Katanga is a 53-year-old lady admitted in Care Hospital on 2nd of November who had suffered multiple scalp lacerations, fractures involving both her upper limbs, was in hypervolemic shock. She's alert and coherent but has dizziness. Sorry, my lord. They stated that Mrs. Katanga is a 53-year-old lady admitted in Care Hospital on the 2nd of November 2023. And had suffered multiple scalp lacerations. Fractures involving both her upper limbs. And was in hypovolemic shock, which is HYPOVOLEMIC. She is still undergoing medical treatment. A statement can be obtained from the patient while in hospital, and that she has undergone a number of surgeries, the last being a scalp debridement done on the 12th of December 2023. Is that what they said?
I don't know what they said. I was only given her deduction from what the doctor said. I received information from the Senior Commissioner of Police.
So you only told that you can record a statement from her while in her hospital bed.
Exactly.
And this medical examination, you are aware, had been conducted by the Ministry of Health.
I don't know, my lord.
So the only thing you know is that a medical examination had been conducted, allowing you to record her statement from her hospital bed.
That is what I know.
My lord, that is it from me. And my lord, I've consulted with my learned friends. We'll be withdrawing our objection. No. Okay.
Let's finish it. Let's finish it.
Re-exam from us.
You have another witness?
Not today, my lord.
Okay.
My lord, the record should reflect that Mr. Karwanga has withdrawn, I hope.
No, he has withdrawn the withdrawal.
Yes, I think we are through with this.
The witness will be this.
Thank you, my lord.
Wait, is that our evidence? Oh, Mr. Kawansi, maybe interpret first.
Atugambire nti statement akagiri recording ebiro 10 mu January 2024 nti bukaba bwire bwa saa 10 dakika 10 yatugamba ati gali mazima nti kirekyo akasooka yaba nakawa akoti ya nakawa yatugamba kandi atarugeyo na akombibiana nti akaba nakimanya Mole Katanga bakabani bamujunana omusango gw'okwita kandi yatugamba nti taina statement yona eya November ya 2023 kandi yatugamba takwijuka nebiro byokwezi nti taina neibara lya dokita ayabakozero mu irwaro nti kandi kusai kiandike kikolekya nti akabungirawo Mole Katanga mu irwaro mu November ya 2023 nti wekyakumanya abadaktari bakasooka bamukebera nti bwe bamazire bamugamba akusobola kwijja na muyawo statement akitabo nti wetakumanya oba bikakolebwa aba ministry y'obumezi. Thank you, my lord.
My lord, given the fact that this witness, PW19, has in any case fully testified, and in the interest of expedition of this trial, we've reconsidered the need to go through submissions regarding non-disclosure before the witness testifies. And our view is that whatever the outcome, in any case, there will be still no consequence. So accordingly, we are abandoning that objection. Can only have the effect giving us more time. But we would pray that if they have other witnesses whose statements have not been disclosed to us, we should disclose them to us. In the interest of fair trial. According to my lord, since the prosecution is not able to need another witness today, we put adjourn to Tuesday or onward hearing of the trial.
I'm available is Monday 13th, not available next week. Monday 13th.
My lord, because the record must reflect well, just a brief concern with the statement that Councillor Kavasi has just made. My lord, it should not be that the withdrawal of the objection is just because it is in the interest of time. It was a legal objection, we want to believe, and the withdrawal should reflect that it is because they have reconsidered that it lacks merit.
No. But she has testified already.
Not just, not because, my lord, time can never be an impediment to a justice-seeking process.
No, it's not
So
only the time. It's that she has already fully testified.
Mr. Kavasi, you told me the things. Secondly, my lord, to the best of our stand as of now, we are confident that we have disclosed all statements that must be disclosed. And should anything, my lord, come up to our knowledge that it has not been disclosed, we shall courteously bring it to the attention of our land colleagues for defense and to the notice of court and indicate it as such. But for now, there is nothing that has been withheld. That must be disclosed in law. My lord, we agree with the adjournment to the 30th and it is available to prosecution.
Mr. Coates, you had a brief rejoinder. You have
My lord, not necessary. I'm not given to just reply to this.
This matter is adjourned to 30th June for further hearing.